So dark outside. We're getting ready to get some pouring rain. It's a lovely June day in Virginia where it's 70 degrees and rain. It's just crazy weather. So I hope the lighting isn't too bad. But my plan today is I need to make a yoga mat bag for the CFO where I work. And she gave me a whole bag of things to use to make her yoga bag. She wants kind of like a scrappy yoga bag, yoga mat bag. So I have written down some measurements that I need to do. So what I need to do, I measured a yoga mat I have, and I need to make a piece of fabric that is 28 long by 20 wide. And then I was going to put a pocket on the outside so that she could put like her water or a towel or something in it. And then I have to make the bottom, which is round. So I'm going to find a plate that's about 6 inches and just trace that and put that at the bottom. And then I got to make a strap, which is 5 inches by 38. So basically, I'm going to be piecing all this together to make fabric big enough to do this project. Never done this before, so this will be fun. So let me see what we've got in here that she gave me a whole bunch of stuff to use. So, and she's originally from, well, she grew up in New Mexico, and then she moved here from Colorado. And so she gave me some dish towels, which, you know, some of this, oh, this is, okay. Just figuring out what this is. It's a flour sack towel, and I told you she grew up in New Mexico, so this looks like it's got jalapeno peppers on it. And then she gave me this dish towel that's got, it's got a little cross stitch, but it's Colorado. And then I have a whole bag of stuff here she gave me. She gave me her daughter is just graduated from the United States Merchant Marines. So she gave me a t-shirt with that on it. So all these things she gave me mean something to her. So we're going to compile it into something else. And this is, what is this? Oh, wow. Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratory. I don't know if that's somewhere she used to work. We work for a nonprofit, so I don't know if that's a nonprofit. Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratory, Gothic, Colorado. So this must be, I think, either somewhere she used to go or somewhere she worked. I'm not really sure. Hey, that's, oh, I see. Okay. All right. And then what else do we have? Oh, I guess, I don't know, she must have went to Seattle. She got a Seattle t-shirt. Looks like some of this stuff I'm going to have to add interfacing to because these shirts will be stretchy. This must be, maybe this is from Kansas. Her family are farmers in Kansas. That's where her mom's family's from. And the whole, they have like big farms and stuff. So this says Hug a Farmer, and then on the back it's got Farm Bistro. And let's see what else we got. What's this one? Greek Week. Oh, her husband's Greek. Greek Week, 1991, New Mexico State University. 1991. Oh, that must have been maybe her senior year. And then on the back it's got this Greek Week stuff on it. That's pretty cool. These are like all her memories. And then she gave me, ooh, I like this one, Mount Rushmore. So basically what I'm going to have to do is figure out how to make a piece of fabric big enough that showcases all of these things. And piece it together. And I'm thinking I'm gonna have to so I'm gonna have to divide the size that I need by all these shirts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I got 8 things here. And I'm gonna have to make a strap and a pocket. So now I've got to figure out how I'm gonna cut all these up. And then I've got to interface them. Okay, so this is going to be fun. So let me think about this for a minute. Let me do some math to figure out how much I need from each piece to make. I mean, the pocket part will be easy. I was thinking of like using one of these dish towels, maybe this, and put a pocket on the side with this on it. So that will be easy. That's the pocket. So I've got down to 7 things. Colorado, that's just going to have to get put in somewhere. But see, at least this is a towel. I don't have to interface it. But all these t-shirts I'm going to have to interface. So the bottom is going to be around 6 inches circle. So it's just going to be a piece of a t-shirt. So I'm going to cut these t-shirts wide open, I guess, and get enough fabric and sew them all together. So, and then the strap. How am I going to do a strap? I guess I can do that with the knit fabric too. That's going to stretch. Okay, so unless I can make it out of this, thinking out loud, sorry, because it needs to be 5 inches by 36. Oh, which if I cut the pocket off here and I sew all these together, I could probably make the strap. Yeah, okay. Just thinking out loud. This is going to be a fun project. I don't know if I'm going to get it all. Oh, got a stiff neck. I don't know if I'm going to get it all done today because it's 2:45. I don't really have anything much going on. I've been prepping some things. I made wrapped a bunch more bracelets. I just need to put beads and wire on those and finish those bracelets. And then I got some projects waiting that I interfaced everything, cut it all up, and I'm gonna make zipper pouches out of old dish towels that I found thrifting that were, kind of interesting looking. And I have one dish towel that I got to figure out what I want to do with it. It's a funny one, and it's more like this. It's more like a flour sack type towel. So, all right, let me stop talking and get started here, and wish me luck how all this comes out. So I think it's going to be fine. I'm just going to take my time, and I'll pop in here and there and show you what I've come up with and start sewing it. Once I make the fabric, I don't think sewing it all together is going to take that long. So that's going to be my challenge, is making the big fabric piece, 28 by 20. Okay, all right, I will check back in. I'll let you watch a little bit of my prep here. Okay, I made the bottom. I got the easy parts done. I made the bottom and the pocket and then the strap, which I'm going to sew these 2 pieces together. I made all that from that one towel. So now, let's see, pocket, strap, bottom. So now I've got to figure out how to make the fabric. Yeah, so I'm just going to sew these together and make one 38-inch long strip, and then I will sew that together. So now, I want 20 wide by 28 inches. I don't think it's going to take much of these t-shirts to do this. I mean, it's not that big, really. I definitely want to cut out this and leave a seam allowance around it, so I think I'll go do that. And then I'm gonna have to cut these t-shirts, and then I might need to go get my ironing board because this little thing here is not big enough to to really iron properly when I'm doing something like this. So I'm gonna cut out all these pieces of these t-shirts, and I'm gonna put fusible interfacing on them to make them sturdy. Leave seam allowances around them all. Then I'll lay them out on my mat here. So I get a 28 by 20. I'll move my mat over so that you can see what I'm doing. So let me start by cutting out all these pieces and then laying them out and then seeing what I need to do for filler pieces. Yeah, so let's start with that. So what I'll do is just let you watch me. I'm going to start cutting these shirts up and then get all the words and everything off, and then I'm going to go get my ironing board and start interfacing. So I'm going to cut the fronts and backs of these shirts apart. Pieces and then overlap them, zigzagging them together, because first off, they're going to have interfacing, and secondly, knit fabric does not fray, so that's going to be really scrappy and cool looking, I think. That's my idea. Oh gosh, I'm gonna take some Advil. I got a terrible stiff neck today. I don't know, I guess I slept wrong. I don't know. Okay, let me clean up this mess. Let me go get my ironing board, get this all set up so that I might have to move it around. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. But get this all set up because my room is so small, as you can see. And then I'll be back. I'll get all the interfacing cut and iron them. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So I got my ironing board in here. My room is a disaster zone. So let's see. I'm going to show you what I'm working on here. I got my ironing board in here. There's my mess. And here's where I'm laying out my t-shirt layout. So I've definitely have more than enough to fill out the space. What I did was I marked out the size that I wanted on my board so that I know I can fill it all up. And then once I get it all sewn together, I can square it up. And so I guess what I'm going to do is cut these, put some interfacing on them. I'm trying to figure out what to do up here because I'm going to need a, you know, some kind of a tunnel to put the cord in. So I don't know. I need something that's wide up the top. I don't really have anything that's wide, and unless I put the, maybe this could go up here with this. Yeah, I could do that. That might work. I just don't want the cord going through any of the pictures. And then I've got these little pieces I was just gonna like cut and sew on top of something. So, and my idea was to have this thing going down the center, but that's not gonna. Oh gosh, now look at me. Changing my mind. But if I put this up here, right? That would give me enough for a channel for the cord. Maybe I put that there and then try to put this one up here like that, and maybe put another. But see, that's gonna be too wide though. This might have to go over this way. Make it that way. I don't know. Oh, because I need to bring it up here, so I need to go. Okay. So, anyways, this is what I'm working on. So let me get my interfacing sewn. Sewn. Lordy had mercy. Let me get my interfacing ironed on. Wow, my hair. This humidity just does numbers on me. Let me get my interfacing on and cut them out, and then I'm going to lay them out again. And I would like to overlap. Like I've got them, I would like to overlap them. So I just do a zigzag stitch on top. So yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. I mean, it's, yeah. All right. I'm just thinking out loud. Oh, this is so hard. It's just like, I want to do a good job, and I can see it. I got the vision. Just trying to figure out how to piece it all together. Once I get that done, and then we can sew the main panel, and then it'll be ready just to put the whole bag together. So maybe, oh, it's like 4:20. Maybe I'll get it done today. I was just got sidetracked. My parents called, so they kept me on the phone for a little while. So, but that's fine. I was just laying out shirts while I was talking to them. Okay, well, let me go get these ironed on and cut out, and I'll come back and show you what I've come up with. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back after much trying to figure out what I'm doing, interruptions, and it's like 5:45. So I don't know if I'm gonna get this whole thing sewn tonight. they're calling for bad weather too. We're supposed to have, I don't know, tornado warning or watch or something. So anyway, I want to show you what I've done. I'll show you what I came up with, and this is my plan. This is how it's gonna be. Let me flip you around. Okay, so here's my layout, and this is gonna be the top. I think that's gonna be enough for a channel for the rope. That should be good. I'm gonna zigzag it. Well, this is the pocket. So I was trying to figure out where to put the pocket so I wasn't like blocking stuff. And then I had no room for this little piece. So I'm going to sew this little piece on the pocket, sew the hem edges around the pocket, and then I think I'm going to sew the strap. And then I got to start sewing all this patchwork together. And like I said, I'm going to be doing it with zigzag on the outside. So it's going to be kind of, you know, scrappy looking. And then, yeah, so I made it, oops, I made it the right size. I took a picture of it so I know what my layout looks like. And I guess I'll start from here and here. After I do this pocket, let me take this pocket off. And then take it off. Oops. Oops. Well, hold on. I've got everything pinned together. Alright, so the pocket's off. So I'm going to sew the edges around that, and then I'm going to sew this onto the pocket, and then this is going to have to be here. I have a piece of scrap that's going to go under the pocket for that little hole that I have open, so I'm just going to cut that down and just put this piece of scrap right here, cut it down so it covers where the pocket goes, the hole where the pocket goes. So I don't think that'd be very good to have a hole in it. So yeah, so I guess I'll get started. Let me get my sewing machine out and set up and figure out what color thread I'm gonna use on this. What color? No, I could use a gold thread that would kind of blend in with everything, maybe. Because there's like gold here and here and here. That's one thing I gotta figure out what color thread I'm gonna use. So let me get the sewing machine out and get the pocket seam sides sewn down, and then sew this little piece on to the pocket, and then I'll sew the strap, make the strap, and once I do that patchwork, get that patchwork all sewn together, I think it'll be ready to assemble. So hopefully it turns out good. I mean, I like the way it's coming. I like the way it's looking. And yeah, so, and I also today, my boss will be at our company for 2 years this week. He's Australian, and so I made him I'm making him a little picture. I need to staple it on here so that but I thought he could put it on his desk, and this reminds me so much of him, glasses and all. And it says, "Don't worry, I'm qualified," which I think is fitting because he's from Australia and that looks like him. Glasses, laptop, working. So I gotta get that stapled and put on tonight too. And I'm not gonna lie, this stiff neck today has been killing me, and I really should just take a break and chill, but it's hard when you have so much to do and you gotta go back to work tomorrow, and I know I need to relax some tonight before I go to bed. Alright, well, let me get my machine set up and start working on the pocket and the strap. And maybe I'll start working on the patchwork. We'll see. We'll see how far I get. Okay, I'll be back. got the strap done. Looks pretty good. And I got the pocket done. There's the pocket. I got the pocket done. And now what I have to do is all the patchwork. So I'm gonna stop for the night because it's 6:15 and I have to work tomorrow. So the fun is over for today, but I'll be back. I'm gonna try to sew tomorrow night. I mean, it shouldn't take me that long to get this done, so I like to sew tomorrow night. And hopefully finish it. If not, it'll be the next night, and I'd like to have this video out by no later than Thursday. So I don't think I have a whole lot going on this week, so I should be able to do that. Okay, well, I'll see you when I come back and do the patchwork. Hello, it's Michelle. I'm back. I'm going to finish this yoga bag, see how it turns out. So I showed you the layout. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to sew all the squares together to make one big square. And then I'm going to sew the pocket on and the bottom. Well, I'll have to sew the handle on first, the strap, and then sew the bottom. So I'm going to start now by sewing all the squares together, and have it all laying over here on my table. And I think I'm going to start from the bottom up because the way I have it laid out, and I'm going to do a zigzag to put them all together, so you'll see it on the outside. Just, it's going to be scrappy looking, and then I have a few other little pieces that I'm going to put on the outside of it that are from these t-shirts. So I have the Seattle piece, this little Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratory, and Hug a Farmer. So those are from pieces from the t-shirts that are going to go on the outside. And then yeah, and then we'll sew it all together, put the handles on, sew it all together, and go from there. So hopefully keep our fingers crossed that this looks decent. Let's see if you can see my machine. Does my camera look crooked? Oh, there it goes. Yeah, so I will just put a few scenes in of me sewing, and then I will show you the finished product. So, and I hope it looks good. And I have the bottom, the round bottom, but I think it's kind of thin. I'm going to cut another piece of this and double it up. And I'm not putting a lining in because it's just a yoga mat bag, so it's got the interfacing on all the t-shirts. So that should be fine. And yeah, so let's get started. Okay, I finished sewing all the squares together, so I've got this. And I'm going to trim up in the back some spots where there's like big chunks. I'm going to trim that up, and then I'm going to square this make sure this is totally square so when I fold it in half, my edges line up, because you can see over here I need to do a little work, but I've got room to trim. So I'm going to trim the edges, square it up a little bit. The bottom needs to be squared up a little bit. And then I'm going to turn this edge down, the top edge. I'm just going to do a little turn and then another turn, and I'll pin it and make a hem going across here with not a hem, but like a, I'll probably do it about, let's see, yeah, probably about 1 inch, so that I can put some cord in it to close the bag with a cord. All right, so let me get the back cut up and everything squared up, and then I will sew. We're almost done. So I will sew my little channel in here for my cord, and then I will, oh, you know what I need to do? I need to sew these small pieces on first before I do that. I got these 3 small pieces. I need to sew the pocket on. Then I will square it up and, yeah. So I'll be back in a few. Okay, so I've sewed all the little pieces on the front, and I put the pocket, here's the pocket in, and now I have folded down the back 1 inch, and I'm gonna stitch that on with just a straight stitch, and then I will place the handles, the straps, stitch them down, and then I'm going to stitch the whole side shut after I do that. So I'll come back and show you that when I stitch all that down. And then I just have to stitch the bottom on and put the string through the channel, and I think we're done. So let me get these next 2 steps done, the sewing down the channel, getting the handle put on, and sew down the side seam here. Yeah. Okay, I'll be back in a few. Okay, we're getting somewhere. So I got this seam sewn. I got the handle, it's sewn on, the strap is sewn on in here. So I think what I'm going to do, just to reinforce this, I'm going to run this through my serger real quick just to reinforce the edge, make it look a little neater, especially since there's a little bit of, you know, t-shirt material here. So I'm going to run that through, and then I'm going to sew the bottom. So I got to figure out how to do this. I mean, I kind of know. I've never done this. Like I said, this whole project, I've never made a yoga bag before. So I think I just pin it around, and yeah, pin it around. We'll see how it goes. This is an experiment, and I hope I'm no sure she's gonna like it. But all right, so let me serge this seam here just to make sure that it's reinforced, and then I'm going to figure out how to do this. I think I know how to do it, and then we'll be done. So, and then just have to put the string through the channel, and it'll be done. Oh, yay. All right, I'll be back. Okay, so I sewed the bottom on. I went ahead and serged the edges just to give it some extra, support, so it doesn't look very good. I have to tell you, the serger is something new for me. I've been afraid of I've had this thing for several years, and I'm trying to learn how to use it. So I'm getting better at it, and I serged the whole side, and I serged the bottom. Looks like some of it has the loop sticking up. I think I just didn't do it right, but all right, here's the moment of truth. That's what this looks like. Let's flip it right side out. Cool, that looks pretty cool. Huh. Well, something new for me I've never done before, and I just got to cut a few threads off. And I was gonna stick a, move this camera back. So I'm gonna stick some of this stuff, some of this cord through it. I don't know how much I need. Huh, look at that. Way more than I need. Just going to thread this through. I think I'm going to need to put some masking tape on the end. Try to shove it through there. I thought I would just like tie it in a big knot. You can just pull it closed. All right, let's try this, see if we can get it through with this masking tape. Ah, this is a relief. It's had a vision, so just had a thought. I hope it fits the yoga mat that she has. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. I mean, I measured it for just a generic. I mean, I think most yoga mats are the same size. I used one of the ones I have. It's pretty thick, so I don't know what hers is like. But okay, thread this through. This is not proving to be as easy as I thought it would. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This has definitely been an experience for me. It took me forever to finish this video, to be honest, and I had to get it done. I just had to get it done. She hasn't asked me about it, but I feel bad because I've taken forever to finish it, and I'm going out with her tomorrow after work, and I said, you know, I really need to get this back to her. She's probably thinking I forgot, but I didn't. I didn't forget. Just, I don't know, where I just have been, this summer, I have been so all over the place, and trying not to stress myself too much, trying to take some time for myself through the summer, because I know the fall and the winter, well, not the winter, but, you know, the fall and the holiday season, I'm probably going to be really busy, so I'm just trying to take it easy now and enjoy the summertime, because it's my favorite time of year. I dread the cold weather. It's like football preseason's getting ready to start, and it's like, no, to me that means the cold weather. I mean, I like fall, it's nice, but then once that cold chill comes in, whew, I lose all my motivation. So, like, I don't know about you, but I think January and February are the longest months of the year. It's just cold, dreary. I guess it depends on where you are in the country or in the world, but here in Virginia it's just cold and dreary and not great. So yeah, so I dread that, but I look forward to the fall. I love, you know, getting your jeans back on and getting your flannels and your hoodies and getting all comfy. The only thing, I just love summer because I don't have to wear shoes, I don't have to wear a coat, I don't have to wear, you know, I don't know, summer to me is freeing. Alright, we're almost there. I'm actually pretty happy with how this turned out. I'm pretty proud of myself figuring this out. and making it out of t-shirts. I think it would be a lot easier if you just had a piece of fabric and just sewed a tube and sewed the bottom on. But when you gotta, you know, stabilize all the shirts and sew them all together to make a piece of fabric that you can make into a tube, and you know, it's a longer process. But this has definitely been fun, a learning experience. And yeah, I'm almost done. It's almost out. Let's see. Almost there. Sorry for the dead silence. I'm concentrating on what I'm trying to do. Okay. Alright. So I don't think I need that much. Okay, let's cut. So a big knot in it. Okay, so this is it. Let's see. This is the bag. This is how it came out. Got your strap. Throw it over your shoulder. And then you got your closure. I'm happy with it. I think it came out so cool. Yeah. So hopefully she likes it. So just let me know what you think. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe, all the good things. I just cut myself off. Sorry. Just like and subscribe, and yeah, if you like it, share it, anything. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this is a learning experience for you too, and I'm sure somebody out there's probably got some good tips for me, because I love it when you guys leave me comments. I think comments, I always answer them right away, and I love getting your comments. So if you ever feel inclined to leave me one, I will definitely answer you back. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. It's 8:30, so I'm gonna go to bed here soon because gotta work tomorrow. But yeah, well, thanks for watching. I really hope you like this. It's taken me a while to get this video done, but it's done and I'm so happy. So, and I might do an embroidery video next. I gotta decide. I have a whole box of beanies that I have to embroider. Maybe that would help somebody if they're learning or they're curious how I do it. Everybody does things different, just like my patch video. A lot of people, you know, make patches, but they just do them. We all have different ways of doing things, and you just have to find what works for you. So, alright guys, well, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you like this, and I will see you soon. Bye!